nervous.
No, it's Nicole with it. It sure is.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into the historic Tomato Bowl. We have captains meeting at midfield right now, about 2 minutes to kickoff. And tonight we have the home opener for your varsity boys against the Nacogdoches Dragons. I'm Ryan Travis, class of 2014, and tonight I'm joined once again by Paul Travis, JHS class of 1994. Your Fighting Indians started their season with a couple tournaments where they got off to a bit of a slow start against Poteet, Horn, and Royce City before roaring back to life to rattle off 5 straight wins. This past weekend in the Longview tournament, your Indians swept their bracket with wins against North Forney, Chapel Hill, Henderson, and Lufkin before meeting this Nacogdoches team in the championship, where the Indians came out on top with a 2-1 win. Tonight's matchup features 2 strong teams in Jacksonville and Nacogdoches. Last season, Nacogdoches finished with a record of 15-6-2 and advanced to the second round of playoffs, where they were defeated by a very strong McKinney North team. So far this season, the Dragons have gotten off to a hot start with a record of 6-2-1 and are looking to get some revenge against this Jacksonville team after the loss last weekend. Nacogdoches averages 2.4 goals per game while allowing an average of 1. And Jacksonville finished last season with a historic season before a heartbreaking loss in the regional final to Palestine, 3-2. Jacksonville is returning a number of starters this year and are looking to continue their recent form tonight against a good Nacogdoches team. The Indians come into tonight's game with a record of 5-2-1, are averaging 2.5 goals per game while also allowing 1. Jacksonville's riding into tonight's game on a 5-game win streak and are looking to nab back-to-back victories over this Nacogdoches team. And in just a moment, we'll get our player introductions from PA announcer Grant Haney. Paul, welcome to the broadcast.
Sorry, Ryan, I was running a little bit behind trying to get in here.
You're good.
A little scramble to get to the game. But we have a beautiful night tonight. I think the temperature's about 44 maybe. The sun's starting to go down, so shouldn't be a factor.
It definitely feels cold. I went down there to put my crowd mic up before the game, and it's definitely a very chilly night. We've had a very chilly past couple of days with a little snow, so this Jacksonville team actually hasn't even been in school this week due to weather. So.
Well, I bet the temperature's not going to be an issue for them. As much movement as the boys have, I mean, they are.
I'm sure they'll be fine.
Yeah, I think they're going to generate enough body heat that they're going to be warm out there, especially without much wind. I don't think right now.
It doesn't look like there's a ton of wind. The flags on the far press box look like they're pretty still. There was a little bit of a right to left wind before the game started, but it looks like that's kind of died down for the most part. So a really nice night for some soccer here in the Tomato Bowl. And this game was originally scheduled for last night. That game was forced to be moved due to weather. I believe there is a temperature threshold for high school games to be played. And today, the first day that we've been over that. We've had temperatures in the 20s the past couple days, but a beautiful night here for some soccer. And I mean, we should see a really, really good matchup between this Jacksonville and Nacogdoches teams. These two faced off in the championship in the Longview tournament. As I mentioned just a moment ago, Jacksonville came out victorious in that matchup 2-1. But expecting another good game here tonight. Sebastian Juarez is going to step over and get this game underway. Jacksonville working the ball to the near side. Gabino Galvan gets this one into Frias. Nacogdoches with a quick win gets the shot off. Easily saved by Davey. Davey Smith returning to goal once again for your Indian team. He has been rock solid the past couple seasons. Frias finding Galvan once again. This ball cleared away by Edgar Morera. Nacogdoches wins it in the midfield. Carol Cardenas now looking for Sebastian Juarez. This ball going to make its way back into the Nacogdoches defense. Ball played to the near side, now into the midfield for Victor Luna, who plays it forward quickly. Nacogdoches with some good movement in behind the Indian defense early inside the 18. A good defense there from Yair Balderas, able to clear that one out of bounds. Nacogdoches winning a corner, but a very dangerous attack and really good defense there from Balderas.
Yeah, Balderas did a great job recovering on that one because they were beat. And that's kind of stating the obvious there, but they had broke the line and were past it. And he did a great job recovering and keeping it out of a shooting opportunity.
Quick corner kick here for Nacogdoches. Good defense there from Armando Lara. Jacksonville trying to find some space. Nacogdoches playing pretty strong defensively to start this game. Sebastian Juarez loses the ball in the midfield. Both these teams are starting out fast. Nacogdoches especially fast here to begin this game. That ball played a little behind Juarez. Chris Cardenas able to find Sebastian Juarez, makes a good move to the outside. Juarez now plays it back to Frias.
He got slowed down a little bit by that pretty good shirt tug he had.
Ball played forward for Chris. Gabino Galvan going to be fouled on the near side. Jacksonville with an early free kick just inside the Nacogdoches half. Jordan Cabrera plays this one across the field, flicked on by Carol Cardenas right into the Nacogdoches defender. But good recovery there from Davian Tavera. Finding Armando Lara. Lara trying to get this cross in. They're going to go out off of Nacogdoches. Jacksonville gets a corner early. Got a train coming by.
But overpowering there as we were Ryan's trying to give you a play-by-play, and all you can hear is a train horn. Welcome to the Tomato Bowl.
Chris Cardenas over in the corner for Jacksonville. This ball played across, headed away by Nac. Galvan first to it, finds Frias. Frias now poking this one over the top for Sebastian. Gets the shot off, that one just wide right. But a really good opportunity there for Jacksonville's first shot of the game.
Yeah, that was a chance. He was pretty close because he didn't have he was onside, but he was behind the immediate defender. So
yeah, and the defender closed pretty quick. I think Sebastian probably had a little more time there than he thought he did. Ball played forward by Nac. Galvan with the header in the midfield. Carol Cardenas comes back, finds Tavera. Now over to Chris, intercepted by Lisandro Ramirez for Nacogdoches. Nac working the ball to the far side of the field. Francisco Hernandez pass intercepted by Balderas. Jair looking to play this one across. Finds Sebastian on sides. Kind of a little weird touch there from Sebastian, able to come down with it. Finds Armando Lara. Good move to his left and good tackle from Nacogdoches. Aaron Castillo plays this ball over to the far side. Tavera on defense for Jacksonville, trying to win it back. Carol Cardenas comes over to help. Frias finds Carol. Carol trying to find Armando Lara. This one cleared away. Chris Cardenas wins that ball for Jacksonville. Frias now looking down the sideline for Galvan. Finds him, now flicking over the top for Sebastian Juarez, headed away by Victor Martinez. Out of bounds. Jacksonville with a throw. Galvan gets this one in, headed forward by Carol Cardenas. And out of bounds off Lisandro Ramirez. Trying to come back and get that ball from Sebastian Juarez. So Jacksonville with another throw deep in Nacogdoches territory. Galvan throws this one over the top, flicked on by Carroll. This one cleared well downfield by Martinez. Good job keeping that one in from Herrera. And then Galvan finds Frias. Frias plays this one back for Cabrera. Herrera looking forward for Chris Cardenas on the near side.
Whoa.
Hard tackle there from Angel Ramirez.
Right in front of the referee.
You know, you mentioned it the other night. Against Hallsville, Jacksonville had 3 referees. Only 2 referees here tonight for this game with the boys in Nacogdoches. Chris Cardenas going to step over to take this free kick.
He's going to try and left-footed swerve us toward the goalkeeper and get it behind
Ball
the
played
line.
across, headed forward by Galvan, just off the mark. A little wide right there from Galvan, but a good opportunity for the Indians.
Yeah, I think he tried. I think he really wanted to get that ball a little deeper in the box than where he got it. You know, he kind of hit it out.
Well, and you know,
front of the
that's in Chris Cardenas' range too.
Oh, yeah.
from there. So kind of surprised he didn't try to put that one on goal. Nacogdoches able to win the ball in the midfield. Aaron Castillo looking to the far side for Francisco Hernandez. Hernandez ball played inside. Good defense from Frias. Carol Cardenas now playing this ball forward, trying to find Armando Lara. Nacogdoches clears it out. Trace Finnand.
That's a good job by Armando using his shape to keep him out to the outside, not letting him turn that ball, which is what he wanted to do. You can see he was looking, trying to turn it inside and move the ball back across the back line, but Lara did a good job using the line to his advantage.
Nacogdoches able to win possession. This ball played forward. Cabrera trying to find Balderas. That one a little behind Balderas, out of bounds. Bring up a dragon throw. Ball played in. Nacogdoches trying to win it. Cabrera with a little back heel finds Balderas. Played forward for Carol Cardenas, back to Frias. Frias over to Morera. Frias now playing this back to Cabrera. Jacksonville working the ball well across their back line. Ball played back to Davey Smith. Davey going to send this one forward. Carroll wins it in the midfield on the header, but Nacogdoches comes up with the ball. Ball played inside by Nacogdoches off the mark. Morera's pass deflects back their way off of Nacogdoches' deflection. Nac now working the ball back to their defense. Good defense there from Galvan coming up. Unfortunately, not able to connect with Sebastian Juarez. That ball goes out of bounds. Nac gets this one in quickly. And back out of bounds by Galvan.
Yeah, both teams are really trying to play fast tonight. This is
Ball finds its way into Castillo. Yeah, it's been a very fast-paced game, which these teams just played the other day. So they kind of know what to expect, and Nacogdoches probably trying to get a little revenge after that championship loss 2-1 the other day in the Longview tournament. So
well, right now
probably trying to score early.
This game is a pretty even match here.
It's been really back and forth.
Nacogdoches hadn't had a shot yet. Jacksonville's had a couple that were off target, but were shots. But back and forth. Nacogdoches, when they're in attack.
Ramirez's shot goes wide left.
They've been running a high press on everything for defense and making it where it's difficult for us to get the ball out of the back, causing Davey to end up playing long balls and then trying to win them back. So,
yeah, lots of pressure on this Nacogdoches team early.
Yeah.
Ball headed down by Victor Luna. Francisco Hernandez now trying to play this ball down the line, goes off the foot of Yair Balderas, out of bounds, and Dragons throw. This one played in quickly. Foul going to go against Carol Cardenas. Little kick in the heel there against the Nacogdoches player. So that'll set up a free kick on the far side. Good opportunity here early for the Dragons.
Yeah, Nacogdoches is set up kind of high in the box.
Davey comes out, gets the save. Good keep call there from Davey.
That's a great athletic play by Davey, getting up and catching the ball directly and, you know, not putting it out, letting it spray and somebody get a second chance off of it.
Ball played long, finds Sebastian. Good defense from Nac. Sebastian trying to get a little fancy there. Play that ball around the defender. Cabrera collects in defense for Jacksonville. Frias playing this one forward. Carroll comes up with the ball. That pass a little too soft for Armando Lara. Ball makes its way over to Angel Ramirez now for Nac. Now into the middle to Gutierrez. Foul called on Jacksonville. Davian Tavera trying to fight for the ball. Didn't look like there was too much there, but ref gives Nacogdoches a free kick inside the Jacksonville half.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to try and put it in play. I've got all their attackers lined up basically right inside the top of the box.
Ball played over the top.
Short.
Tavera comes back. That ball finds Nacogdoches. Header wide left there from Lisandro Ramirez. Dangerous pass there from Jacksonville out of the back, but
yeah, I think he
shot
was trying
goes
to,
wide.
I think he was just trying to clear that ball, and it didn't quite get under it the way he wanted to. Ended up low and got intercepted.
Davey set to take the goal kick for the Indians. Nacogdoches able to win the header. Ball goes out of bounds off the head of Eric Gutierrez. Galvan finds Chris Cardenas. That ball played inside. No one there for Jacksonville. Nacogdoches trying to quickly counterattack. Ball played forward. Victor Luna finds Angel Tapia Barrios, and that ball is slotted into the bottom right corner by Lisandro Ramirez for Nacogdoches. So Dragons with the early 1-0 lead, 26-33 remaining here in the first half. Lots of pressure from the Dragons so far, and they strike first.
Yeah, honestly, I thought the kid that took the ball, I don't know their names, you're getting a lot better at this than I am, but when he shot
Dragon goal
from distance,
by number 10,
I thought he was taking a shot from
Ramirez.
range that was off target, and he had a runner on this side that, you know, caught that ball just inside the, you know, probably the 12-yard deep in the box, and, you know, got in there and took a shot on it, kept it low and put it right by the post. Davey did not have a chance to stop that. Now we get to see how Jacksonville responds to being down a goal. If they can break this press here, it'll be good.
Galvan trying to find Sebastian Juarez up top.
I guarantee you, Ryan, Nacogdoches is not going to give Jacksonville a chance to breathe here.
Now take the early 1-0 lead after losing last week. They're going to try to put as much pressure on as they can and try to extend this lead so Jacksonville has a hard time catching them. Frias plays this one back to Cabrera. Now looking inside for Tavera. Outside to Balderas, looking for Armando Lara. That ball played too far outside and out of bounds by Yair. So Nacogdoches with a throw on the far side. Jacksonville able to win it off the throw. This pass from Lara trying to find Carol Cardenas. Nacogdoches now trying to transition quickly. Frias with some good defense for Jacksonville finds Balderas. This ball played forward by Tavera for Lara. A little too far out in front of Armando Lara, but a dangerous pass back. Sebastian Juarez almost getting to that. Chris Cardenas needing to control that ball, trying to get it back inside to Carroll. Broken up by Nacogdoches. Angel Ramirez now down the sideline, plays this one out of bounds. So Jacksonville throw, and Jacksonville will make some subs. Coming into the game for Jacksonville, Ethan Nava subbing in for Jonathan Frias. Christian Juarez making his way to the far side for Davian Tavera, and up top checking in Jacob Gonzalez for Armando Lara. Chris Cardenas finds Morera, now across to Cabrera. Ball played forward by Morera, finds Sebastian Juarez. Juarez with some help finds Chris outside. Chris Cardenas plays this one across. A great ball played across for Christian Juarez. Just unable to get a good shot on that off the volley. Ball will go out of bounds for a Nacogdoches goal kick, but a really good opportunity there. Would have liked to have seen Christian Juarez
strike that true on a volley.
Strike it true on a volley, or chest trap it and give himself a good chance there. He had some time.
Yeah. There was a great play. I mean, Christian did a good job seeing him on the backside, getting it beyond all the defenders. I mean, he was in a blind spot for the defenders. They didn't even know he's back there. So when they turned around, I could see he's taking a shot with a volley.
Oh, yeah.
If he hits that, I mean, it's beautiful. It's a hard shot to hit, too.
It is a hard shot to hit. Jacob Gonzalez draws the foul for Jacksonville, so Chris Cardenas is going to have an opportunity for another free kick inside the Nacogdoches half.
We're going to try and push a little bit more up in here and get some attack. See, he's bringing his outside back up here on the backside. Hopefully we can get this one behind the line here. They've got some, Nacogdoches has
Chris
some
plays this one across, headed away by Nac. Nacogdoches does have some tall guys back in defense.
Their defenders are tall. I mean, it's a little.
Victor Martinez especially that's playing center back. I'm not sure how tall he is, but he looks significantly taller than everyone else on the field right now.
He's definitely taller than Sebastian. So I think he's 1.5 feet taller than Sebastian.
Ball finds Ramirez on the near side. Sebastian Juarez coming back. That pass off the mark. Ethan Nava intercepts for the Indians. Nava looking forward, finds Carroll Cardenas. This ball played forward. Sebastian Juarez with some room to run, gets inside the 18, looking to get a crossing, cuts it back. Really good move from Sebastian. Has some help, takes a left-footed shot. That one wide left.
He had two guys in the box, but they're kind of standing there looking at him, and he didn't really have a good way to get the ball to him. They really weren't in a position to do anything if they got it. They had defenders mark him up pretty good. So, but he did a heck of a job scrambling around, keeping that ball. Like I said, I think this is the guy you're talking about. That's 1.5 feet taller than Sebastian, and sometimes being tall doesn't necessarily make you very quick on your feet. So it's got its advantages and disadvantages.
Yeah, height definitely not always. It's very helpful in basketball or a wide receiver in football, but soccer doesn't necessarily translate quite the same.
On these center backs and this winning these cross balls in, winning the free kicks they're going to be trying to play over and break the line. There's a definite advantage to being taller. But when it comes to cutting the ball real quick inside the box, you get stretched out. So
Balderas going to take the throw in on the far side for Jacksonville. This one flicked on out of bounds by Carroll Cardenas. So Nacogdoches will have a throw in on the far side. Looks like Francisco Hernandez going to throw this ball in for the Dragons. Low throw in. Balderas able to come up with it for the Indians. Quickly plays it forward. Ball cleared away by Nacogdoches. Now trying to transition quickly, loses the ball in the midfield. Good defense there from Balderas, able to step over, control that ball, and then a hard foul there goes against Nacogdoches. So Christian Juarez draws the foul for the Indians on the far side. Cabrera going to step up to play this one forward for Jacksonville. Cabrera's pass headed away by Nacogdoches. Ethan Nava trying to get that ball over to Jacob Gonzalez. Cabrera able to get it, find Sebastian Juarez, but offside's called.
He was in a great position. He's just a little too deep. So when he had most of the defenders in ball side of him, he was behind him. So yeah, he just unfortunately got himself a little too deep. He had a great scoring opportunity if he'd have stayed on sides. I will say this: Nacogdoches' defense is doing a good job staying organized. They pretty much keep their line flat the whole time. They don't break it very much. You'll see as soon as they get a chance, they're going to move that line up high and try and hold it there. It's given Jacksonville some opportunities to play balls like Sebastian had a minute ago where he got to make a run because they're playing their line up so high. If Jacksonville can figure out how to take advantage of that on the transition and get behind them.
Yeah, some good opportunities there if they can get that ball behind the line. Aaron Castillo takes a shot from outside the 18. Easy save there for Davey Smith. Davey going to throw this one out over the head of Lisandro Ramirez. Chris Cardenas finds Galvan. Now back to Marrera. Flicked on by Carol Cardenas. Nacogdoches comes up with the ball. Now over to Hernandez on the far side. Good defense there from Balderas. Trying to find either Jacob Gonzalez or Sebastian Juarez, both in the area for Jacksonville. This ball played back to the keeper. Sebastian able to win it. Gets it to Chris. Chris works it inside to Jacob Gonzalez, trying to turn. Gonzalez goes down, no foul called. Sebastian now working against Angel Ramirez, but offside is going to be called by the referee. They're going to say Sebastian came back from an onside or an offsides position to win that ball. So that will set up a Nacogdoches free kick after the offsides.
Yeah, a lot of people get a little confused about that with the rule, the way it is. He receives the ball, he's in an onside position because where he started when the ball was played, he was offsides. So
ball played forward by Martinez. Castillo working the ball across the middle. That ball goes off the head of Christian Juarez, trying to get it back inside to a teammate. Carol Cardenas able to find Ethan Nava. Juarez's ball broken up by Nacogdoches. Good move here from the Dragons. Castillo with a shot from distance. Never going to score that one against Davey. I've watched Davey Smith play enough soccer at this point. I know that that ball is never going in.
I have to mark that down over here as a shot, Ryan, but it's
40 yards out.
A pass to the goalkeeper on the opposing team is how I should mark it.
Cabrera plays this one back to Davey.
You know, here we've got Davey with the ball and the defense. This is something Jacksonville has got to figure out at some point. Is how to break that press because Nacogdoches is playing it so high. They're putting pressure on them in the back really hard. And what happens usually is Jacksonville makes a couple good passes. A lot of them are negative, and then it ends up being not a pass out of the back with control, but just kicking the ball, trying to get it forward. And sometimes it goes our way, and sometimes it goes Nacogdoches' way. But Nacogdoches has been hammering that on us.
Barrios' shot goes wide right. Jacksonville going to make some subs off the goal kick. Coming in for the Indians, we have Christian Castillo, Jack Torres, and Brian Torres.
So as soon as he gets it, he's got pressure immediately. And then
Torres' ball played to the far side, finds Balderas. Yair needing to control that one a little bit, pokes it back into the middle. Nacogdoches trying to win this ball back. Castillo able to find Lisandro Ramirez.
You know, you're going to get called for that every time.
Brian Torres called for the foul. Pretty obvious foul there. Trying to slow down Ramirez just by grabbing him. So that will set up a Nacogdoches free kick outside the 18. Aaron Castillo will take the shot for the Dragons.
Off target.
Off target, wide left.
It's in a dangerous spot, though, because, I mean, he was, what, 2 yards outside the box when he took that? So that's what I didn't, you know, he's holding on to him. He didn't win the ball. You're going to get called right in front of your goal.
Davey set to take the goal kick for Jacksonville. Plays this one forward. Nacogdoches winning the ball in the midfield. Victor Luna plays this one across to the near sideline. Good deflection there from Torres. Now Brian Torres plays this ball forward. Galvan looking inside, trying to find Christian Castillo. No one there. Jacob Gonzalez with some physical defending. Nacogdoches still maintaining possession in Jacksonville territory. This ball played forward, flicked on. Carol Cardenas now trying to find Jacob Gonzalez. That ball going to be played a little too far. And Trace Finnand able to clear that one away for the Dragons. Christian Juarez plays this one out, takes a deflection off a Nacogdoches player, so Jacksonville wins a throw on the far side. Yair Balderas takes the throw for the Indians, flicked on by Christian Juarez, finds Carol Cardenas. Carol, I'm not sure if that was supposed to be a shot or a pass, but it takes a deflection. Nacogdoches able to clear.
I think maybe an errant pass might be what actually occurred. He didn't really wind up and hit it, so I just don't think he hit it very well.
Ball comes back the other way. Castillo finds Luna. Victor Luna now plays this one over to Hernandez on the far side. Christian Juarez trying to play that one forward, finds Finnand. Ball takes a deflection on the pass off of Ethan Nava, and Nacogdoches now over to the near side. Plays this ball inside. Galvan with some good defense, able to clear that one off of Eric Gutierrez out of bounds. So Jacksonville with the throw. This ball thrown in quickly into the 18. Cabrera plays it forward for Jacksonville, finds Gonzalez. Plays this one over the top for Christian Castillo. Castillo inside the 18, trying to find Carol Cardenas in the middle, making the run. Nacogdoches able to play this one back to the keeper.
Yeah, I think it took a pretty good deflection. I think you were reading your notes. His cross there just deflected off that defender and went toward the goalkeeper. Easy ball for the goalkeeper to pick up. We're trying to take advantage of these transitions.
They're just playing
organized.
Really pressure, too.
Yeah.
Lots of pressure in the midfield. We're seeing it in every portion of the field. They're high pressure on the attacking end. They're high pressure in the midfield, and they've played really high pressure on defense, and they're playing an offsides trap pretty well for the most part. Jacob Gonzalez called for the foul. Victor Martinez set to take the free kick for the Dragons. Martinez finds a teammate on the far side. I believe that is Hernandez. Now to Luna. Luna finds Hernandez. Some physical play from Jacksonville. Nacogdoches able to keep possession, so ref says play on. Castillo now inside to Luna. Going off the foot of Jordan Cabrera, awkwardly off the foot of Brian Torres. Davey comes out and grabs it. Jack Torres not able to link up with Castillo there.
There we go.
Good play from Carroll, trying to find Jacob Gonzalez.
He's got the right play. I mean, he's doing a good combination inside there, but the central defender for Nacogdoches just does a good job reading it and stepping in and intercepting it.
Torres wins the ball for Jacksonville, trying to shake off
one and then two.
Rivera. Yeah.
That's one thing about Nacogdoches. I mean, they're putting pressure on Jacksonville with multiple defenders at the same time.
Torres' ball intended for Gonzalez, a little too far. Miguel Diaz, I believe, is playing goalie tonight for the Dragons. Diaz sends this one away. Christian Juarez wins it for Jacksonville. Pass off the mark from Jacob Gonzalez, headed back the other way. Nacogdoches working the ball over to the far side of the field. Victor Luna, sorry.
He does a good job recovering back on that one.
This ball played well over the top. Davey going to let this one go out of bounds. So Jacksonville will get a goal kick, and Nacogdoches going to make a couple substitutions.
We got about 8 minutes left in a fast-paced first half run.
Yep, 8:15 and counting here left in the first half. Nacogdoches leading Jacksonville 1-0 off a really early goal, about 14 minutes in, from Lisandro Ramirez. Castillo plays this one forward, trying to find Ramirez. Davey comes out, gets the save. This ball played quickly to Ethan Nava. Carol Cardenas now over to Gabino. Galvan's pass out of bounds.
I give Davey credit a second ago. He took that goal kick. He did a good job basically passing the ball out to Jacksonville on the sideline. You know, a lot of times you see him just take a kick out in the middle and hopefully somebody comes up with it. But that one, you know, he found him and deliberately made a good pass to him. We were able to keep possession of it. So
Torres' pass broken up by Lisandro Ramirez. Victor Luna plays this one forward. Broken up by Jacksonville. Yair Balderas now with a long ball played over the top. Jacob Gonzalez running on it. He's first to it inside the 18. Finland with some good defense for the Dragons, out of bounds. Jacksonville corner. Really good opportunity there. I wasn't sure Jacob Gonzalez was actually going to be able to get to that ball before Diaz for Nacogdoches.
Yeah,
but a really good opportunity. Unfortunately, trying to cut the ball back, not able to get it away from Finland for Nac. Torres playing this one forward. Shot from distance from Carroll. It's good. What a shot from Carol Cardenas to equalize with 6:07 remaining in the first half.
I think he's 25 out when he takes that shot, Ryan. And I hear people in the stands hollering, shoot, shoot. And I'm thinking, what? And then he puts it right over the top of the goalkeeper, who's out just a little bit off his line.
Just a little bit. He wasn't very far out. Like, that was just a really great shot from Carroll, able to put that one right under the bar.
Yeah, just get it right under the bar. Yeah, I think as much as anything, it caught the goalkeeper by surprise that he really took the shot. But, you know, that was an unusual time there for him to get some space to actually do it. You know, Nacogdoches has been putting pressure everywhere on the field, and, you know, you let your guard down for just a second in Nacogdoches' case and give a kid like him a chance to take a shot from that range and makes it count.
Yeah, Carroll, a really good player. We actually had to play against him in indoor for the first game. That was not fun. But I've been told by head coach Rudy Jaramillo that as good as Chris Cardenas was last year, with his shots and especially his free kicks. I've heard Carroll is just as good or better. And I've been told that he can do it with either foot. And there's like no drop off whatsoever. So we see a good strike there from Carroll Cardenas, able to tie this one up at 1. 5 minutes left in the first half. Diaz plays this one forward, goes just over the head of Carroll. Castillo now with the ball, trying to get this one over the top of the Jacksonville defense. Davey comes out right at the top of the box. It's a good thing that we have a 2 linesman crew right now, because I think if you had a third referee where that linesman is watching that a little closer, it would have been really tight. Galvan able to get this one back to Torres. Torres trying to find some space against this Nacogdoches attack. That ball goes out off of Lisandro Ramirez. Galvan quickly throws this one into Jack Torres. Torres down the sideline for Castillo. Ball played across from Victor Luna. Yair probably going to let this one go out of bounds, and he does. Throw in Jacksonville. Balderas quickly finds Christian Juarez. Ball played forward, goes off the head of Finnand. Juarez able to come up with the ball again, finds Balderas. Jacob Gonzalez looking for Balderas. Good defense from Nacogdoches, able to clear that one out of bounds. Thought Yair might have gotten behind Finnand there, but a really good tackle from Finnand, able to get that one out.
I mean, Nacogdoches got a couple of good athletes back there. So, I mean, Jacksonville's making a good play. I mean, he's broke the line, passes the ball, keeps it on the ground, and gets penetration. They're just athletic on Nacogdoches.
Castillo draws the foul for Nacogdoches. That will set up a free kick for the Dragons from about the Jacksonville 20-yard line. Victor Luna going to step over to play this ball in for Nacogdoches. How much is the referee going to let him move this up?
We got to find a good spot in the grass.
Ball played across over the head of everyone, out of bounds. Jacksonville gets a goal kick.
If he hadn't moved it up quite so much, he probably would have.
I mean, he moved it up about 6 yards from where the foul was. So,
right.
and he had rolled it out a good 3 or 4 yards the first time, and then he did it another 2 or 3. So usually the referee, tells him to push that ball back a little bit, but not that time. Dangerous pass inside from Carroll Cardenas. Juarez wins it back for Jacksonville, trying to find Gonzalez out on the wing. Good defense from Nacogdoches. And good defense from Jacksonville to win it back. Yair Balderas with the ball now on the far side, finds Gonzalez. Awkward touch from Gonzalez, loses possession. Castillo with a really good job coming back to win that ball. Cabrera now finds Torres inside to Jack Torres. Victor Luna working against Carroll Cardenas. Luna comes up with the ball, no foul called there. Ball goes to the far side. Yair Balderas with the ball now for the Indians. This ball played forward for Jacob Gonzalez. Finnand going to play this one back to Diaz.
Jacob's pretty fast, but Finnand's just as fast. I mean, they're running stride
He's
for stride.
really quick, really quick. Ball played forward from Martinez. Brian Torres finds Christian Juarez. Juarez now looking over the top for Castillo. Castillo a little late to make his run there, and that ball goes out off of Christian Castillo. Dragons win a throw-in. 26 seconds remaining here in the first half. Jack Torres wins the ball off the throw-in. Gonzalez with a shot from distance. Almost a second goal right before halftime off a really long shot from Jacob Gonzalez. Almost laying that one in there. Good save from Miguel Diaz. Able to knock that one just over the crossbar, and Jacksonville not going to be able to get the corner off before halftime. So at the half, Jacksonville 1, Nacogdoches 1.
I thought for a second round we were going to see a little replay of that. Goalkeeper misjudged the ball and it goes just over his head, but he barely got to it.
Yep.
That was, Jacob, he's kind of turning when he takes that shot, standing basically flat-footed, so he couldn't generate a ton of power on it. Jacob does have the ability to shoot the ball with a lot of power when he gets a chance to wind up on it. But that one, he basically just legged it up there and tried to loop it over the goalkeeper. And, it almost worked.
It almost did. A really close opportunity there at the end of the half for Jacob Gonzalez. And, Jacob has a really powerful shot. We've seen that in multiple games last season. And he's gotten off to a good start here with a really dangerous opportunity there. Almost Jacksonville went into the half 2-1.
Yeah, I think I missed some stuff here on my notes when I'm trying to keep up with who's doing what. But on our shots, we had one shot on goal first half, and it was the one that scored.
You could call that last one that Jacob had a shot on goal as well. So maybe two on the shots on goal there. But really, those were the only two good scoring opportunities that Jacksonville had.
That's exactly what I was
going
to say. Those are the ones that we had a chance to score at. The other ones, we had one from Sebastian early where he, took a shot and, kind of got tangled up trying to do it. And so he wasn't able to, keep it on target and generate a lot of power on it. But the other side of it here for a long period of the game, Nacogdoches was not getting any shots. And then, they had that run where he ends up making a couple good plays or a couple good passes there that ended up with a scoring opportunity for Nacogdoches. And then, but I've got for them, I have a total of 5 shots. And like I said, when they took some of them,
several of them were from way out.
I'm marking them down because technically,
they were shot, and they were a shot on goal, but they were not a dangerous shot on goal
not for
by
Davey.
any means, especially not for Davey.
No, you're keeping the ball, low, but with the range that the players for Nacogdoches are kicking, there's not enough power behind it for it to be an issue for him. And for the most part, they were both basically right to him. It almost looked like a deliberate pass to the goalkeeper. So
yeah, really their only opportunity was the goal in the first half from Nacogdoches. They really haven't had another good shot that we've seen. There hasn't been really a whole lot of threatening opportunities, either playing like crosses over from the wings. It's been a lot of taking shots from well outside the 18. And, like you said, I think that first one, I'm not sure if it was intended to be a crossover there for Ramirez.
It sure didn't look like it watching it. In the build-up of that play, it looked like he was, hey, I can see the goal. I'm going to take a shot. And he put his head down and kicked it as hard as he could. It stayed really low and then went across the face of the goal, like, to me, looked errant. But then, he's got an attacker running in, and that attacker picks the ball up, gets behind our defense, and is able to pass the ball into the corner, in a place that Davey doesn't have a chance to get it. So
yeah, Davey almost got a fingertip on that, but just a really well placed ball from Lisandro Ramirez into the right corner.
Yeah, looking at what we've done so far, we're about even on the number of fouls. We've had fouls down in dangerous, in the attacking end of the field, where we've been able to, try and get not a shot necessarily, but try and get a cross ball in. And, so is Nacogdoches. Right now I think that's one thing. I'm not sure if we had one of those balls that was crossed in that actually got behind the defense and gave us an attacking opportunity out of it. Now they're kind of falling short for whatever reason, and Nacogdoches is able to win those balls. Looking at the 50-50 balls, for the goal kicks, I don't keep up with the punts right now, but the goal kicks, Jacksonville's had, 5, I think, that I marked. So
It's been pretty even. It's been kind of back and forth. I just from what I saw, Jacksonville's won quite a few, but it feels like maybe Nacogdoches with the pressure has kind of won a couple more.
That's what the numbers show. Is Nacogdoches has done just a little bit better job with coming down with them, and last at the the end of the half, or close to the end of the half, the last one, it was the only one I think Jacksonville tried to build out from the back and make a pass. I gave David credit earlier for passing the one out, about a 50-yard pass out to the, I don't know if that was the fullback maybe that made the run onto the ball, and that looked great.
I think typically he is trying to pick somebody out and play it to him, but those balls that he's playing up to midfield, there's just so much time for a defender to get under it.
He did a good job on the one that went to the side. 'Cause he hit that thing low.
Yeah.
It was not a floating ball out 50 yards. He drove a low, hard pass that the left back was able to step up and then make a pass up the line. I know that's one thing Rudy wants him to be able to do is, use the width of the field and spread the defense out like you talked about the other day. Try and find ways to get in behind them like that. But the last one they did was a build out from the back, and that's something that, a little higher level. Jacksonville's got the skills to do it. They've got the pass, but right now Nacogdoches is putting so much pressure on them.
A lot of pressure.
And
it's impressive that they were able to do the other night against Hallsville, Hallsville came out and tried to do that, but they could not sustain it for really even the whole half. But Nacogdoches has been, just full press, it seems like, since the whistle was blown to start the game. So
they haven't backed off.
It's been impressive to watch, and we'll see in the second half if they are able to continue that and sustain it for the remainder of the game, because really that I think really that's kind of the difference right now in the game, is just how much pressure that they have been putting on everyone. I mean, It doesn't matter if it's in defense, if it's in the midfield, like there's at least one guy, maybe two there.
No, they are defending
all.
They are defending all over the field, and a lot of times they've got multiple people trying to defend one person with the ball. If they can get somebody to isolate them, get their head down, keep them from being able to see where they want to go with the ball, then it ends up being, hey, I just got to kick it somewhere and get rid of it and create a turnover. I mean, that's really what looks like to me. That's what Nacogdoches is trying real hard to do, is just create enough pressure to get the Jacksonville players to make an errant pass so that they can intercept it. But Jacksonville's, if we move the ball quickly, and a lot of times we do, not every one of those passes is going to go exactly the way you want it to. But, I mean, if we watch a pro game, they're going to have errant passes that don't go to everybody too. So you can't you can't judge these high school players that hard that every single pass has to be perfect. Soccer is a mistake-prone game, and it's not always about whether you make a mistake or not. It's what do you do after that. So, and one thing about it, Jacksonville, they're playing hard. So
they are playing hard. Yeah, and you've seen multiple substitutions come in throughout the first half, and I mean,
Rudy put some fresh people in to try and keep it, and I think he pulled Sebastian out, and Sebastian had several runs up there, so I'm sure part of that thought was, hey, let me get him a little bit extra rest so he can be ready to go in the second half. And that looks like to me, watching the game, one thing we're trying to take advantage of is those transition plays. Can we get a chance to beat somebody and outrun them? Nacogdoches has got fast defenders.
They do. The two guys that they've got playing center, which I'm not entirely sure that Trace Finnand is playing center defense. I believe he's playing center right back right now.
I think that's exactly right. And then he covers behind.
Yeah. So it's kind of tough to tell like where exactly he's playing back there, but really good job. I mean, he's got a lot of speed. He's able to run our defenders down, and then he's able to clear that ball away. And then the other guy that's playing center back for them is Victor Martinez, and he's got a lot of size, and he's just played very physical and very, very good defense. I mean, you haven't seen many mistakes out of Martinez so far, especially with those balls that were played over for Sebastian to run onto, because, I mean, Sebastian's fast. He's got a lot of speed. It'd be easy to get outrun, but Martinez
and
not
he's taking
a
jump. I mean, and Sebastian's taking the right – he's got his timing on it.
Yeah.
He's not waiting and like, oh, I need to run. I mean, he's making his run in the right time, but, he's just athletic. You're talking about how they're playing there with that flat four across the back and using those, right and left center backs to slide out, and help out when one of their outside backs gets beat. They've done a good job with that, but Jacksonville's really done a good job on closing down at the end. So, Nacogdoches is moving the ball through the midfield pretty effectively, but then when it gets down to the final third, our defenders are doing a good job breaking those balls up and not letting them really materialize into a lot. And I think that's why we kind of kept them to the number of shots. Quite a bit of the game was played in the center section of the field, back and forth, both teams having possession. We get a few passes, they get a few passes, and I think this game keeps going the way it's going. We're going to see a great second half, Ryan.
I mean, it sure is shaping up that way. Right now, Jacksonville and Nac tied 1-1. About 15 seconds here from the second half. I would like to remind everyone, this Friday, we have girls and boys basketball versus Madisonville at John Alexander Gymnasium. We'll bring you all that action here on JISD Live. And then next Friday is the next games that we have here on JISD Live. And that is girls soccer versus Madisonville, varsity only for that game. So it will start at 6 o'clock. And then girls basketball versus Rusk, as well as boys basketball versus Rusk. Those games slated to start about 6 o'clock. And then boys basketball to follow both this Friday and next Friday. Teams have made their way back out of the dressing room. Still not too much wind, it doesn't look like, to start this second half. Sun has set, so the lights are on here in the Tomato Bowl. According to my phone, it's about 35 degrees. Feels like 29, so just dipping under freezing for the feels like temperature as we get set to start this second half. Starting the second half for Jacksonville. Up top, we have Jacob Gonzalez and Sebastian Juarez. Gerardo Arredondo at left mid. Chris Cardenas in the center. And Davian Tavera on the right. Gabino Galvan actually also at center mid. Looks like we have Ethan Nava to start the second half. On the far right, at defense, we have Gabino Galvan, Brian Torres playing center with Jordan Cabrera and Yair Balderas on the left. And then once again in goal for the Indians tonight, we have Davey Smith. Nacogdoches getting us back underway. Castillo working this ball to the far side. Nacogdoches able to get a cross in. That goes awkwardly off of Brian Torres. Good block shot there.
Was that Ethan?
From Ethan Nava. Yeah, I was trying to tell if that was Ethan or if that was Chris Cardenas, but that was Ethan Nava.
Yeah, he did a good job stepping to it and putting pressure on it, not letting him have an open shot, because that was about to be
a rocket
for Davey to have to deal with. If it's a goal kick here for Jacksonville.
Davey gets this one out quickly to Brian Torres. Now over to Cabrera. Jordan Cabrera playing this one inside to Chris Cardenas. Now back to Cabrera, out to Balderas. Yair Balderas on the near side trying to find Gonzalez. Good step there from Finnand once again, able to win that ball.
Just like you talked about, him sliding over into that right back behind him.
Sebastian trying to play that one to the far side. Deflected back the other way by Nacogdoches, and then Nava's pass a little too far out in front of Tavera. Out of bounds for a dragon throw. Ball goes out of bounds for another dragon throw. I guess they're going to say that's off of Galvan. Looked like that one kind of could have gone either way. This ball played across to the near side to Hernandez. Luna now sends this one forward for Castillo. Ethan Nava with some good defense for Jacksonville, trying to shield off Castillo. Good touch from Castillo, and a great finish from Aaron Castillo. Gets that one past Davey Smith, and Nacogdoches here early in the second half takes a 2-1 lead.
Dragon goal by number 9, Aaron Castillo.
Yeah, that was unfortunate right there. Ethan had
Ethan had done a really good job coming back, winning that ball, trying to shield Castillo off, and maybe just a little bit of miscommunication there.
He had won the ball. That was the, part of the deal. He'd won it and then just kept going. So I don't know if he was just, like you're saying, miscommunication. Somebody didn't realize
step up
and take that.
Take it.
It was just sitting there. It was just sitting there, and then,
Yeah, Aaron Castillo able to pull that one, get a really good shot off. Nothing that really Davey could do about that one.
No, he put it in
the save.
He put it right in the corner.
So Nacogdoches takes the lead once again here tonight in the Tomato Bowl. 37.5 minutes remaining in the second half. So a quick strike from Nacogdoches puts them out in front, and a hard foul on the far side going against Nacogdoches. Galvan coming up trying to win that ball on the sideline. Going to be fouled by Angel Ramirez. Ball played forward from Torres. Ethan Nava hits this one back the other way. Nacogdoches wins it in defense. Nava with another opportunity to send this one forward, played back by Martinez. Yair Balderas trying to play this ball inside. Ball makes its way over to Angel Tapia Barrios. Now switches sides. Good defense from Galvan. Andrew Guardado trying to receive that ball. Ball played forward. Guardado with the ball on the far side. Galvan not able to come up with the ball. Shot, actually cross played in for Ramirez. Goes out of bounds, untouched. So Jacksonville with a goal kick.
So he's going to build this one out from the back. Nacogdoches is going to put that
dangerous pass over
pressure
to Cabrera.
There we go.
Galvan trying to play that one between the legs of a Nacogdoches player. Goes out of bounds. Galvan quickly throws this one in. Martinez plays this ball across the field to Hernandez. Good turn from Hernandez, but better defense from Jacob Gonzalez. Gonzalez finds Balderas, now forward to Juarez. Arredondo with the ball, finds Balderas. Ball gets away from Balderas. Good defense there by Finnan. Gets this ball forward to Victor Luna. Luna playing this ball into the middle, now making its way across the field. Galvan stepping forward for Jacksonville. That ball goes off Gabino, out of bounds. So Nacogdoches with a throw in on the far side.
So Ryan, I don't know if Rudy made some adjustments or not, but you can see right there, that was that opportunity to take advantage of the Finnan coming over, trying to cover back for that person. If they can make that quick pass back to the inside like that, they can catch him, where he can't defend both places at the same time. It looks like that's what they're going to need to be able to do to beat him. Just going, if we just play, our athleticism versus your athleticism, it's going to be hard. But we can outsmart them.
Yeah, we can. It was a good movement there, especially from Balderas playing that ball inside.
Yeah, well, if he can catch him out there, he'll get him, unbalanced, and that's the key to being successful on your attack is get your defense unbalanced.
Yeah, Nacogdoches with two really good center backs here tonight. Alessandro Ramirez playing this one in to Barrios. Ball going to be played inside. Nava able to deflect this one back away, and a shot from well out goes wide from Victor Luna. So Jacksonville wins a goal kick.
That was 40 out on that shot run.
It was a long way out, yeah. Ball played forward from Davy, won by Nacogdoches. Gabino playing this ball forward for Sebastian. Good move by Sebastian Juarez.
That might get you a yellow card.
Martinez with a hard foul, wrapping his arms around the neck of Sebastian Juarez. So that will send Victor Martinez out of the game.
Is he going for
after the yellow card?
Dude, he hasn't shown the card yet.
I'm pretty sure he did.
Oh, okay. Well, I couldn't see it, but
it sure looked like he gave a yellow card to Martinez.
It's not that the foul was that hard. It's the fact that he's stopping the attacking
he's basically
play.
The last defender.
Yeah, so. I know. I mean, that's it's not a question about whether you're going to get a card on that one. It's not a
really cheeky flick there from Sebastian.
It was a really good play of Sebastian and beat him. But then, it's not that his foul's necessarily overly hard and aggressive. It's just, the type of foul it is. It's blatantly obvious to everybody. I'm pretty sure that that everybody saw it. But, it's the fact that gave that took away an opportunity for him to have a great attack because, like you're saying, he's wide, but
there's nobody.
There's nobody behind him.
Goal.
He's definitely, when he's beat, he's got a good chance to, to maybe go one-on-one or for sure, put a ball, into the box. So,
Okay. This referee on this near side just showed a yellow card, I believe, to Coach Jaramillo. Not entirely sure what that was about.
I saw him come over here.
Ball played in dangerously, headed away by Nacogdoches. Arredondo plays this one back for Cabrera. Jordan Cabrera trying to get away from two defenders. And now Ramirez able to play this one forward for the Dragons. Ball finds Victor Luna forward for Aaron Castillo. Good defense from Jacksonville. Nava trying to play this one over the top for Sebastian to run onto. Finland with a lot of speed back there for Nacogdoches, able to win that ball.
He's covering the right side. He's covering the left side.
Ball goes out of bounds for a Nacogdoches throw, and you have to think head coach for Nac going to sub Victor Martinez back in, and he does.
Yeah, the other kid that was defending against Sebastian then, I think there was a second there where he thought about reaching up and pulling him back when he realized he was beat. And I think he realized, I better not do that right here because his teammate just got sent off the field for it. So, but you could kind of see his arm go up like, I'm going to grab him, and then, whoa, maybe I shouldn't do that. So, but, again, you're talking about Finnan being athletic and having a lot of speed. I mean, makes it a non-factor.
Nacogdoches wins a free kick in the Jacksonville half. This ball played forward, headed straight up in the air by Killingsworth. Now cleared away by Cabrera. This one goes over the head of Chris Cardenas. Victor Luna back in. Dangerous play there from Nava, but able to win the ball. Jacob Gonzalez now with the ball for the Indians. That one broken up by Barrios. Luna sends this one to the far side. Galvan first to it. Gabino pulling this one back, trying to get this one inside for Tavera. Ball goes out of bounds. Dragon throw in. Castillo wins the ball off the throw in. Ball makes its way back to Castillo. Barrios going to send this one back for Victor Luna. Now played to Hernandez. Hernandez with a shot from distance, well over the goal, out of bounds. Jacksonville with a goal kick. Davey going to play this one short, finds Gabino.
Nacogdoches is holding up on their press a little bit. They're trying to stay organized on those other outside players and not give him that short pass, force the longer ball like that.
Pass finds Barrios off the mark on the pass from him. Tavera now gets this one inside to Chris Cardenas. Martinez going to play this one out wide. Tavera inside to Chris Cardenas once again. That pass deflected high in the air, won by Barrios. Hernandez going to play this one back to Diaz. Diaz trying to quickly get this one back away from his goal. Luna plays this one inside, finds Arredondo for Jacksonville. Jacob Gonzalez now to the near side for Balderas, inside to Juarez. Balderas with an opportunity inside the 18. Martinez intercepts for the Dragons. Tavera trying to win the ball back for Jacksonville. Ramirez finds Luna inside. Chris Cardenas coming back, not able to win the ball. This ball plays forward for Castillo. Castillo with a good pass outside for Ramirez. Lisandro Ramirez trying to find Castillo at the top of the box, broken up by Nava. Hernandez finds Ramirez on the near side. Ramirez going to play this one back to Finland. Finland with a good ball into the middle. Hernandez trying to get around Balderas. Balderas having none of it. Ramirez now switching field, finds Martinez. Martinez looking to take a shot from distance. This well wide.
That's crazy, Ryan. You know, you're looking at this and they have, I don't know, a dozen successful passes in a row where they've maintained possession, maintained speed. Was he 40 out when he took the shot?
Somewhere in that, yeah. I mean, you're talking about a center defender trying to take a shot from
no
just
reason.
Beyond midfield, basically. Cabrera gets the pass from Davey off the goal kick. Chris Cardenas now gets this one forward for Arredondo. That pass broken up by Victor Martinez. Martinez has been really solid in the back. But his pass off the mark, intercepted by Ethan Nava. Nava looking to play this one over the top. And the size from Martinez allows him to win that ball. And then a really good job controlling the ball from Martinez. Nacogdoches working the ball around well here in the second half. 25-45 left in the game. Nacogdoches leads Jacksonville 2-1. Ball played in off the throw from Nac. They're able to keep possession. Castillo's pass now broken up by Arredondo. Arredondo trying to find Gonzalez. Good defense once again by Finland. Hernandez now back to Finland. Sebastian Juarez is there for Jacksonville. Really good opportunity for Sebastian. Takes a shot from outside the 18. Easy save from Diaz on the low shot.
Yeah, he just didn't get all of that one. He had the right idea, and he probably took it at the right time because if he keeps going, he's probably going to,
Yeah, he had some guys closing on him.
Yeah, he's going to have a lot more pressure. That was his chance to take a shot. If he could have it back, I know he wants it because he just didn't hit it well.
Good turn there from Castillo and finds Ramirez. Good defense once again by Gabino Galvan. Arredondo now finds Chris Cardenas, plays it back for Yair. Yair back to Jordan Cabrera. Cabrera plays this one forward, looking over the top for Gonzalez. Hernandez gets the ball, but good win back by Gonzalez. Trying to find Juarez up top. And Victor Martinez playing some really good defense. Jacob Gonzalez getting a little tied up there with a couple Nacogdoches defenders. Killingsworth now plays this one inside for Cardenas. Cabrera looking to find someone open. Jacksonville needing to make some moves up top against this stout defense for Nacogdoches. Balderas comes up, tries to win that one. Goes the other way. Chris's pass trying to find Juarez. Finland on defense once again for the Dragons. Ball played forward by Hernandez. Galvan wins it for Jacksonville, but now Nacogdoches headed back the other way. Long ball played over the top. Galvan gets ahead to it. Castillo in pursuit for the Dragons. Cabrera plays this one forward, finds Ramirez.
Cover Ethan, cover Ethan.
Ball played forward, finds Castillo. Now back to Barrios. Over to Lisandro Ramirez, now switching field. Shot from distance, that one deflects off of Gutierrez. Now Jacksonville with an opportunity back the other way. That pass from Juarez a little too far out in front of Jacob Gonzalez and going to go all the way across out of bounds for a Nacogdoches throw.
I mean, that was close. That was close.
It was a really good opportunity, really good run from Gonzalez. That ball just played a little too far out in front.
Yeah. I mean, it's a half a step too much lead on it. So.
Ball thrown in by Nacogdoches, finds the feet of Lisandro Ramirez. Ramirez able to steal that ball from Arredondo.
You know, it's easy to talk about those plays from up here. We've both been on the field too, and sometimes up here you're like, oh, you're just like half a step up. It's the difference when, at the pace that ball's moving and the pace they're both running. It's a really difficult play to execute, and your window of opportunity is, about the size of a shoebox. So, but we're watching it up here and.
We are, and I mean, these guys play on turf all the time, so they're used to it. But there's definitely, I know, like when I played, we played on grass here, and we would go places with turf, and it's just a different speed because the ball just plays so much faster on turf. Valderas gets this one in to Cardenas, turns, takes a shot, saved by Diaz.
I'm marking that down. That's our first shot of the half. We had a good opportunity there earlier when we brought one in, but it didn't materialize in a shot. So maybe we're getting a little momentum to go our way now.
Jacksonville needing some momentum, nearing the 20-minute mark remaining in the second half, down a goal. Hernandez with the ball on the near side. Arredondo going to step forward, win the ball, but that finds the feet of Victor Luna. Now switching field. Ball played over the top. Davey comes out and collects. Good communication there between Gabino and Davey. Davey's punt played long down the field. Finnand wins the header for Nacogdoches. Chris Cardenas able to get ahead to it. Nacogdoches attack thwarted by Arredondo. Tavera now with the ball on the far side. That ball a little too far out in front of Sebastian Juarez. Diaz gonna wait for Sebastian to make a run up to him. Pick that ball up. Jacksonville with some subs ready at the next stoppage. Ball headed forward by Castillo. Nava trying to get that ball back forward, finds the head of Chris Cardenas, but Nacogdoches quickly wins it back. Cardenas now finds Tavera. Sebastian Juarez gets it back to Cardenas. Chris trying to find Yair over the top. The ball a little too far out in front of Balderas, out of bounds. So Nacogdoches with a throw-in. This ball played in to Ramirez, now finds Barrios, switches field. Galvan wins the header for the Indians. Nava plays this one forward, that one a little too far out in front. Good job coming back to win that ball from Gonzalez. Arredondo's pass broken up. Barrios with the ball now for the Dragons. Gets this over to Gutierrez. Gutierrez elects to play this one back. Now back to Barrios, switches field, finds Hernandez on the near side. That goes under the foot of Francisco Hernandez, out of bounds. So Jacksonville with a throw-in and some subs coming in for the Indians. Christian Juarez, Carol Cardenas, and Jonathan Frias. Chris Cardenas, Ethan Nava, and Davian Tavera coming off for the Indians. Yair going to throw this one in, finds Frias. Frias finds Cabrera. Cabrera now over to the far side. Frias electing to play this one back to Cabrera. Finds Juarez. Sebastian Juarez trying to find some room. Barrios with a good tackle sliding in. Finds Castillo forward. Cabino able to get a foot to it.
Ooh, that's a little bit
hard foul there against Nacogdoches.
I was going to say, Ryan, we've seen, a physical game. It has not been rough. And
it hasn't really been rough. There's been a couple fouls in this second half that have been a little rougher than what we've seen, but for the most part, it's been a pretty clean game.
Yeah, I was going to say, because right before that, we saw a really clean slide tackle where he goes in, picks the ball up by Nacogdoches. Doesn't foul the player. A lot of times you see some of that and ends up being rough play. It hadn't been like that tonight. But
Jacob Gonzalez with a shot.
Oh, we got a chance on the back. Oh, come on.
Off the deflection from Diaz, and Sebastian Juarez is there to finish for the Indians. So Jacksonville ties it up at 2 with 17:10 remaining here in the second half.
Indian goal by number 1, Sebastian
Yeah, that was a really good job of putting a shot on target, keeping it low. A ball that's low like that, a lot of times the goalkeeper, especially at this high school level, can't handle the ball very well, and then it ends up being free in front of the goal. And Sebastian just followed that shot in like we teach kids from the time they're 6 years old, is follow the shot, and be there and take advantage of a rebound and play it. So
the subs come in, and Jacksonville quickly scores to tie this game back up at 2.
We look at shots like that, Ryan. You see, a lot of times we look at these pretty plays where it's multiple passes string together and end up putting somebody free in front of a goal. And then a lot of goals are scored in soccer just by hustle. And that's what, Sebastian's just hustling down there and staying with it. And, he's been, hustling a lot.
The whole
making
game.
Those runs. Yeah, a lot of sprints on his part. But when he saw Jacob wind up take that shot, he's moving and, he's not waiting to see, does the goalkeeper play the ball? Is it free? He's there. I mean, when the goalkeeper deflects the ball, he's on top of him and, passes it in. So, caught Nacogdoches really flat-footed on that one because they didn't have a defender back there. They're all ball watching, and by the time they decide to go make a recovery, it's over. So,
yeah, really good job there from Sebastian Juarez following that ball in. It won't make the season highlight reel probably, but it's a really crucial goal here tonight. This ball played high over the top.
Oh,
Davey gets a hand to it. Castillo whiffs. Barrios' shot high into the net behind the goal, which will set Jacksonville up for a goal kick.
Yeah, what are they saying? Golf run? They don't ask you how. They just ask you how.
No
many.
pictures on the scorecard.
That's right. That's right. And we'll do a little build out here from the back. See, Nacogdoches keeps his high press up. They're starting to back it off a little bit. You can see they're not quite going down as tight as they were.
We've both played. It's tough to do that for the entire 80 minutes. Just have everyone hustling to where you've got 2 or 3 guys for every time that we touch the ball. I mean, it's just tough to keep that pace up when you don't have the ball. And so then, late in the game, you're trying to keep that press up, and
we're under 15
it's just
minutes
tough.
now.
It's tough to keep your legs under you for 80 minutes.
You're playing
running that kind of press.
Yeah, when you're playing a high press like that, I mean, you're playing the full field. If you sit back and let the attack come out to what we see now is the 30-yard line, but like the middle third of the field, it shortens up the amount of running you got to do. Not only are you playing fast to play that high press like that, but your length of the field, you're having to play the whole length of the field and stretch it out. So the one thing that does do, if Jacksonville can take advantage of it, though, is it spreads them out vertically on the field. We talk about trying to spread the ball out horizontally by playing it back and forth and switching, points of attack. But when they play a high press, one thing it does is spread their defense out vertically on the field.
Yeah, they've got their attackers high. They're keeping their defenders back. There's lots of space
we got a
in the
chance from
midfield. But a
Sebastian
really
right
good
here.
flick there finds Sebastian, trying to find Armando Lara.
Another substitute coming in here, Ryan.
Ball goes out for a Jacksonville throw. Checking into the game now for the Indians, Jack Torres. Coming off is Gerardo Arredondo.
You know, back in the day, Ryan, these are throws that we'd have a deep throw into the box. Does Jacksonville have a?
Yeah. I don't know that Jacksonville has someone who can do it. We'll see if Killingsworth can do that. I know I did that a lot in high school, and actually after the alumni game the other day, Martin Melcher and I talked about that, and we scored lots of goals off throw-ins.
Lots of deep throw-ins in the attacking end of the field were thrown inside the 6-yard box. We got a foul down here on Nacogdoches. It's going to set us up with almost a corner kick. Get a little movement by Jacksonville to
Ball played across by Juarez.
low to the front post.
Jacksonville trying to get a foot on it. No one cleared out of the box by Nacogdoches. Frias able to step over, find Cabrera, who sends that in across the goal. Martinez gets the ball for Nacogdoches. And now Nacogdoches on the attack. Yeah, you're able to get a foot to that ball.
It's a good interception. Unfortunately, it went right to a Nacogdoches player who kept the attack on.
Carol Cardenas able to kick that ball away for the Indians. And then this pass from Torres, a little too far away from Christian Juarez on the far side, goes out of bounds. Nacogdoches throw.
Another substitute waiting to come on for Jacksonville over here.
Nacogdoches, I believe, just brought somebody off, so checking into the game now at left back is going to be Alvaro de la Luz. Yair Balderas coming off for the Indians. Cabrera sends this ball forward, finds Armando Lara. Hernandez with some good defense from Nac. Pass off the mark. Gabino collects for Jacksonville, sends this one forward, trying to find Carroll. Good defense once again by Martinez. Juarez able to get that. Good step there from Sebastian Juarez, and Carol Cardenas able to draw the foul. Cabrera going to step up to take the free kick just inside Jacksonville's half. Ball played over the top by Cabrera. Martinez first to it.
We just cannot break that line on those free kicks.
Ball working to the far side of the field. Long ball played over the top. Davey comes out, collects at the top of the 18. Ball quickly thrown out to Cabrera. Cabrera trying to send this one forward for Armando Lara. Hernandez gets ahead to it, and then Carol Cardenas clearing that one out of bounds, trying to find Armando Lara, but just off the mark.
Yeah, he had the right idea. He's trying to go back to him with the ball, you know, in a aerial pass. Just unfortunately, it didn't quite connect up. You can see his little frustration on his face, but that was a difficult play to make.
Jack Torres trying to find Armando Lara. That ball goes out of bounds. Nacogdoches throw.
Davey does a good job back there seeing that those defenders open, and you were saying came out quick. He really did come out and move the ball out and give us opportunity to move the ball upfield. And hopefully we could try and a little tug. Hopefully we can take advantage of that at some point and get that, you know, beat them into an attack and transition.
Carol Cardenas
nice quick
gets
pass
this one
here
quickly to Frias. Cabrera finds De La Luz. Good 1-2 there.
And inside.
Inside to Armando Lara. De La Luz with some space, trying to get across in.
That guy's fast, man. You see how fast he closed that space on him?
Finland with some good defense once again for the Dragons. Yeah, I'd be interested to know what Finland runs in the 40, because he is.
It's quick.
He's
too.
super quick.
It's quick.
I mean,
like,
it's not just speed.
I mean, we're
He's
watching.
also just really has good quick reactions. Like really closes the space well, and
I mean that ball was. I mean I don't know our Jackson player on that one, but I mean he's doing
ball
the right.
Played across, headed away by Martinez, headed back in by Christian Juarez. Dangerous opportunity there. Gets behind the Nacogdoches defense, but Diaz with the save.
Yeah, you could see that that play. We're coming down the side with it. You know, he's doing the right thing. You know, he wants to make that cross. He's letting the ball get in the position. It's not slow on his part, but the reaction time and the speed of Finnan to come in and close that down.
Ball goes out of bounds for a Jacksonville throw on the far side. Killingsworth quickly going to step up, throw this one in.
It's a pretty good, pretty long throw on Killingsworth Park there. About 20 yards in the air.
Torres finds Juarez, looking across for Armando Lara. Lara trying to find some room. Nacogdoches with numbers in defense.
Yeah, he's trying to do a...
Look how many guys they have in defense right now. They've dropped
10.
9 guys. They've got 1 guy right now up top.
They're playing the whole field. I mean, that's what I'm saying. They're keeping their striker, their number 9. You know, he's staying, you know, up higher.
He's staying up higher.
Well, they're dropping.
But everyone else is dropping back, and they're dropping back deep. It's very bunched up back in defense for Nacogdoches right now whenever Jacksonville has a chance at attack.
I know you're looking at these. Our Jacksonville, we got a player over here. You know, one of the things you look for is you know, when you're on the attack, is trying to get a numerical advantage against the opponent on the team. And I'm looking at it as a 2v1, but it's 2 defenders versus 1 attacker, and he's got, you know, nowhere to go. And that's the same thing Nacogdoches has been doing all night, trying to isolate somebody, get double team them, put pressure on them, trying to create a turnover, and get another foul. We're about 7 minutes left in the game here. See if we can finally get one of these, get it beyond them. Nacogdoches drops early.
This one over the top. Martinez wins the header.
Again, he drops early every time. You know, he waits on as soon as the player that's going to take the kick starts to move forward, he begins his drop and slides back behind everybody.
Sebastian Juarez with a good opportunity here for Jacksonville finds Armando Lara.
With a good shot.
Lara takes the shot and scores. What a goal from Armando Lara, sneaking that one inside the left post, and Jacksonville takes a 3-2 lead with 6:27 left in the game.
You could see that one coming, the way he moved that ball across the top of the box. Nacogdoches did not have a chance. They give him a little too much space there, and he took advantage of it.
Sebastian making a really good pass there as well to Armando Lara, giving him some space and getting him away from Finnan.
And just a well-struck ball.
And then a really good struck ball, yeah. De La Luz hits this one back to Cabrera. Now inside to Carroll. Looking for Jack Torres. Now a little too far away from Torres. Hernandez clears it inside. Christian Juarez intercepts. Now a long ball over the top from Frias. Martinez heads this one back to Diaz. Doesn't pick it up off the header. Sebastian Juarez was closing in for Jacksonville. Just couldn't quite get there first.
I don't think the goalkeeper might understand that ball is he can pick that ball up.
I don't know that he did.
He sure should.
Martinez purposefully headed that one back to him.
And he's playing around.
Juarez here looking to get across
we might get another one. Look at that.
Armando Lara on the header. 2 quick goals here from Jacksonville. That one less than a minute after the first, and Jacksonville now with a 4-2 lead. That was a really great cross in.
Oh, we're watching that. I'm watching it from up here, and he's wide open on the back post. It is a beautiful ball played in. We talked earlier about how some balls or some goals are, you know, a hustle, and they're not necessarily pretty, but that one was pretty.
Yeah, I don't know if you could tell, but as soon as that ball played forward for Sebastian Juarez, you see Victor Martinez in defense for Nacogdoches just be like, I really, again, I have to sprint back here for it. And so Sebastian Juarez able to take his space and then play a beautiful ball over the head of Diaz, and Armando Lara on the back post just easily heads that one in.
That's a good call there on the referee's part. You know, he hesitated a second to blow his whistle. Sometimes fans don't necessarily understand they can do that. He's trying to see if
there's an advantage.
If he's got an advantage and he can let that play go for just a second and see, and then if not, he'll call it. I've heard people in the fans, sometimes say, "Oh, he didn't blow the whistle at the right time." No, he's trying to give the attack a chance to see, hey, can you keep going with this and be to your benefit to keep playing it? So, and if not, he can bring it back to where the spot of the foul was. Jacksonville's doing a great job now moving the ball. This is the kind of thing we've been looking for
from them the whole game. Torres now with the ball finds De La Luz. Now back to Cabrera, pass inside to Frias. This ball going to find its way back to Davy Smith. Davy playing this one over for Christian Juarez. Killingsworth was also there.
Might have been a little miscommunication on who was going to receive that ball, but Davy does a great job holding that ball at the back. I mean, what good feet he's got to be able to step up and play that. A lot of times we look at these goalkeepers, their ability to save shots, but in the way they're playing soccer now, you've got to have a goalkeeper who can be a part of your attack too. Pass the ball back to him, have control, move the ball out, and Davey does a great job doing that.
Johan Rangel coming in for Cole Killingsworth now for Jacksonville. Yeah, and I mean, I know if you go up to the track during the summer especially, after soccer season, you see a bunch of these guys up there playing all the time, and Davey is not playing goalie most of the time. Most of the time he is on the field playing
creative play.
Something else, some other position. It doesn't matter whether it's forward, defense, midfield. He's usually on the field. So he just, has a knack. I mean, he's out there practicing all the time. Good opportunity here for Jacksonville. That ball comes in, deflected away by Nacogdoches. Armando Lara trying to reset, finds Carol Cardenas. Carol now over to Frias. Frias back to Cabrera. Cabrera finds Lara. Armando Lara back to Frias, inside to Carroll. Carroll going to play this one back to Galvan.
You are right about the defense looking tired of chasing the ball at this point. So, I mean, that one was played in, and you could just see the kind of defeated look on Nacogdoches being down by 2 goals now. They don't have that same enthusiasm they did earlier in the game.
Yeah, and you kind of wonder how much of that comes in just from the high press that they've played the whole game. I mean, you see the defenders just constantly coming back and forth and sprinting after the ball. You've got balls played over the top for any number of the Jacksonville forwards that have been in the game tonight, and it probably just takes a toll on you. I mean, you can kind of see that they're just kind of starting to drag a little bit in defense. Finnand, I mean, as good as he's been tonight, he's still hustling.
He's still giving you some
hustle. But you can tell Victor
Martinez,
Martinez, he looks gassed. He looks pretty gassed.
He wants the next 1 minute and 51 seconds to hurry up and run by before Jacksonville scores again. He wants to go home. Mentally, he is already on the bus run.
De La Luz is going to throw this one in. Finds the feet of Finnand. I was trying to figure out what we were listening to there on the field mic. I believe they were draining a cooler, which just fell.
I thought somebody wanted to try the ice bucket challenge tonight.
I mean, I thought maybe they were going to save it to throw on Rudy after the game tonight since it's so cold. Aaron Castillo now with the ball for the Dragons, working forward. Still a lot of speed from Castillo. Gabino able to win the ball back for Jacksonville. This ball coming back Nacogdoches' way. Victor Luna now inside for Castillo. That ball played forward and out wide for Christian Castillo for Jacksonville. A really good attack here from Castillo. Shot from distance, deflected away by Diaz, out of bounds. Jacksonville corner.
To give us another corner here. We'll probably get this one in. Unlike the first half where we don't get a corner in to finish out the
Jacksonville with less than 30 seconds remaining here. Coach Cuton over here dumping out the ice from that cooler. This ball played in, headed away by Finnand. Carol Cardenas with the ball, now cleared away by Castillo. Christian Juarez trying to get the ball there, and that will do it from the historic Tomato Bowl. Jacksonville defeats the Nacogdoches
That's
Dragons
the game with our final
4-2.
score, Dragons 2, and your
Back-to-back
Fighting
wins
Indians
against this
4.
Nacogdoches team for Jacksonville. And after a slow start to the season, this team sure looks like they are in form now. 6 wins in a row for the Indians. And, I mean, the game was pretty even until about 6.5 minutes. And then back-to-back back-to-back goals very quickly from Armando Lara extends the lead out to 4-2.
Yeah, this is
And
fun.
you could see just kind of a deflation from the Nacogdoches team when that third goal was scored.
Oh yeah, you read it. And yeah, you could definitely see it. It's it was a fun game to watch. It was exciting. They're playing fast soccer. Both
They are
teams.
playing fast soccer.
I give Nacogdoches a lot of praise that how they played. I mean, they're moving quick. They're until kind of the end of the game, they're playing hard.
They are.
It takes a lot of stamina to come out on a soccer field that's 120 yards long and run up and down it for 80 minutes. You said it earlier, but unless you've been out there and done it, I don't know how to describe that. I mean, it's not a, when you go to the track and say, hey, I ran 5 miles.
Yeah.
And you run 5 miles.
It's different. Yeah,
it's different when you come out here and you sprint.
Yeah.
And it's on.
Well, and it's a lot of
lap.
side to side lateral movements. You can be in good shape and come out and play soccer, and you will learn very quickly that you are not in soccer shape, because it is a completely different kind of being in shape from just long distance running or something to that extent.
Both these teams, they're in shape. They came out
They
and
are,
played.
yeah.
They played hard for 80 minutes. It was fun to watch. Jacksonville, at times it looked like Nacogdoches was getting the better of them, but when they don't, we can track possession, see how many passes you make, but what counts at the end of the game is who scores the most goals. And we had Sebastian with some hustle following up on a good shot that Jacob put on target and the goalkeeper couldn't handle. And then
a really good strike from Armando Lara, and then a really good finish with the header. But, I mean, Carol Cardenas also with a really good goal down here on the end to open the scoring for Jacksonville early in that or I guess kind of late in that first half, actually.
Oh, yeah, it was late. Jacob almost got lucky and put that one kind of over his head too. But I tell you, one big difference tonight was their goalkeeper.
Yeah.
There was a couple times in there where Nacogdoches' goalkeeper, like the header coming back, doesn't necessarily understand he can pick that ball up, put himself in a real dangerous spot.
Yeah.
It's fortunate for Nacogdoches that we didn't end up scoring on that one. And the quality of the play that Davies got for Jacksonville back there is just exceptional.
Yeah, Davies he's really, really solid as a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
And he has been for several years now. I mean, this is nothing new to see Davy Smith do what he does in goal. And Jacksonville's very lucky to have him as a keeper, because that's just one of those positions it's kind of hard to fill a lot of the time. I mean, there's not just a ton of really good goalkeepers, especially around the area. But Davey is one of those.
He's exceptional.
And
you
see it every time he steps on the field too.
Yeah, and you look at the stats here in the second half. Like for Nacogdoches, I probably don't do a good job keeping up with them, but shots on goal in the second half, Nacogdoches didn't have anything really inside the box. I mean, he had kicks to the goal.
Yeah.
But they were long. I mean, I kind of make jokes about, he's 30 out or he's 35 out. But as far as Nacogdoches being able to have a succession of passes in a row on the field,
they really did it right at the beginning of the second half when they scored, and that was really like their only opportunity for most of that second half.
Yeah. So they're not down there penetrating inside the defense. Jacksonville did a good job, stopping them in that final third. So they would move the ball in the middle of the field, but they weren't as effective when they got down into the attacking part, which is where it really counts. So,
yeah, Jacksonville with a big win once again against Nacogdoches. Nacogdoches has a good team. It's not like this is a weak Nacogdoches team. They've got a really good team. They're probably going to go far this season. But Jacksonville, back-to-back wins against a really good team and really looking like they're in good form right now, especially with district coming up in just a couple weeks. We would like to remind you, coming up here on JISD Live, Friday, girls and boys basketball versus Madisonville. That game slated to start about 6 o'clock, boys to follow. And then next Friday will be the next games that we have on JISD Live. We have girls soccer here at the Tomato Bowl versus Madisonville. That's a varsity only against Madisonville, so that game will start at 6 o'clock. And then also on JISD Live, girls basketball versus Rusk at 6, boys basketball versus Rusk to follow. Once again, thank you for joining us here tonight on JISD Live. I'm Ryan Travis, joined by Paul Travis, and a huge thank you to Lee Traylor and Swanson Traylor and the JISD Live media department for such a good job that they do here in the historic Tomato Bowl and at John Alexander Gymnasium, getting these broadcasts to you. Have a great rest of your week. We'll see you on Friday from John Alexander Gymnasium.